listeners. Welcome to another episode of the Placement and Internship Series by ECEA. This episode will be quite beneficial for all the students as we will be walking you through some very important aspects regarding placements and internships. So, today we have Hanisha from 4th year ECE who got placed in TCS as an innovator. Welcome, Akka, and congratulations on being placed.
Hello, Vaibhav. I'm very happy to be a part of this series. Yeah.
Okay, so coming to the question. So, could you briefly tell us about the company and the role for which you got placed?
Yeah, I was placed in TCS for Innovator Profile. I would like to discuss about this TCS off campus also, where they offer for Ninja and digital profiles. Coming to a campus, they come only for Innovator Profile. So, yeah, that's it.
Okay, Akka, that's great. So, could you explain us about the selection process? I mean, about all the rounds that you went through?
Yeah, the first round is like aptitude test. So in that, verbal questions as well as some aptitude questions were there, along with the coding round. There were two questions in the coding, and also for this verbal and aptitude, there is negative marking also. So do read the instructions carefully.
Okay,
So for this aptitude, I think most of the questions were from the probability, and also the questions are like easy only. We can solve that, but time management is important.
okay, Akka. So, could you explicitly tell us about the coding round and the level of difficulty of the questions?
In the coding down, I think the questions are not that difficult. We can solve that, yeah, with
Okay,
practice.
Akka. Okay, Akka. So, what was your preparation strategy for the coding round?
Um, yeah, I think solving as many problems, like preparing for the interview, and um,
So, which
yeah,
platform did you prefer?
preparing the previous questions also plays a role here. So you can search it on the online. You can get that also.
Okay, Akka. So, coming to the interview point, tell us about the interview and also include some tips.
Yeah, in the interview, the duration of the interview is about 40 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
So this interview is quite different. They haven't asked me about like tell me about yourself question also.
Oh,
They started they saw my resume, and then I have written one point of my interests, and from that point they started the interview. Like, why am I interested? Have I done anything of my interest? And then they shifted to, and then I discussed about my project. After that, they shifted to coding part. Like they asked me some logical questions and memory allocations, like stack, heap memory. And after that, they gave a question, like I have to solve, like in the notepad.
oh,
The interview is in the online, right?
yeah.
So they asked to share my screen, and I have to solve that question, and I have to explain the code that I have written. So yeah.
Okay, Akka, that's great. So, have you faced any question which you felt it was tough? If yes, how did you tackle that?
Yes, I face that. But yes, they test you with those questions, but you have to be confident in that. You can tell whatever you know. From that, they can deduce, or they might help you in getting the answer for that.
Okay, Akka, that's great. So, coming to internships, how did you apply for those internships and where did you get to know about those?
Um, I I got to know from my seniors
Okay,
about the internship. Uh, I done an internship at NIT Warangal under one professor. Uh, so yeah, that was a great experience too, because I have learned a new concept called machine learning over there.
okay.
Yeah. And
So,
also, I would like to tell about one website called Geeks God, where you can get news related to internships.
okay, Akka, that's amazing. So, can you tell us the weightage of these internships in the placement process?
There is not that much weightage for these internships because they mainly ask about our projects. So while doing an internship, if you are doing a project related to that, like internship is like after learning, you do a project related to that, that might help the most.
Okay, okay, okay. So now, due to COVID, only online internships are available. So, what do you suggest in this aspect? Are they worth doing? And also include some advices regarding internships.
Yeah, I think there are so many private platforms offering internships. Yeah, I would say the same point, like choose wisely. Like they might explain you the things, but they can't assist you in doing a project.
Yeah.
So that's what. So before joining that, just get to know about that, and if there is a project related stuff, then go for that. Go for it.
Okay, Akka, okay. How important were CGPA and communication skills in the placement process?
CGPA will help you in clearing the cutoff, and there is not much role for the CGPA. Yes,
Okay.
communication skills plays a major role. While you have to give introduction very strongly, and also I would say like there are some rounds like jam, just a minute round, where you have to speak for 1 minute. Like not in this interview, I'm telling for other interviews also.
Yeah, Akka.
Like you have to speak for 1 minute and you should be very fluent, confident. Yeah, so for that communication skills are important, and also for the HR questions, you have to be perfect in answering those questions.
Okay, Akka. Okay, Akka. Moving further, what's your opinion on off-campus and on-campus? I mean, which one would you suggest and which one is better regarding TCS?
Okay, coming to off campus, there is lot of competition. So yes, I have already discussed about this Ninja and digital profiles. They only offer those two profiles in the off campus.
Okay.
Uh, and also the procedure is quite same for selection. Like they give you like aptitude test first, and after that the interview round. So the procedure is quite same, but there is no negative marking in those tests. But here it comes innovator profile. There is a negative marking. So yeah, I would prefer like on campus only because the competition is quite less comparatively.
Okay, Akka. That's great. So, coming to project work, how important is the role of project work in these placements and all this stuff?
Yeah, projects are very important. Having 3 to 4 projects is quite good actually. So one should do a project after in second year and in third year also. Like in third year, we are having um, a course called a project work course something, which is named. So in that we have to compulsorily do a project regarding that subject. So that helped us a lot when it comes to this placement process. Like we are having like 3 to 4 projects to discuss. Um, so it might impact a lot in the placement process. So do a project when there is a chance, of course, in the second and third year as well. So yeah, I would say doing projects, more and more projects as you can.
Okay, Akka. So, finally, please give some tips for our juniors.
Okay. Yeah, the tip regarding aptitude is like the questions are quite easy, but doing time management is very important. So for that, do practice a lot more questions so that it increases your accuracy as well as the time also. Um, so yeah, practice more and more questions. And I would like to tell about one website, India Bix, where you will be having aptitude questions like regarding the topic. There are so many topics like permutations and combinations, probability, and mensuration concepts. There are so many concepts and there are so many questions as well. So practice more questions on that website. So you can tackle that. And for coding round, you can create, like, there is a website called Hacker Rank where you can practice questions on coding. So yeah, those are the tips from my side.
Okay, thank you, Hanishaka, for sharing your experience and for all these wonderful tips.
Yeah, thank you, Viber.
That was it for this podcast, guys. Thank you all for listening this.